650 AM WSM, and that's music from Tom T. Hall, from his most recent project. And Tom T. is with us tonight. He signed a few autographs. Miss Dixie is here tonight. And I believe that CD, Dixie, I don't have it right here in front of me, but is Tom T. Sings Miss Dixie? Is that the official title of that?
Yes, he's singing songs that we wrote together.
Mm-hmm. You are really responsible for getting him back to writing, aren't you? Because he kind of went through a dry spell, and, well, not really necessarily a dry spell, but he wanted to retire.
Yeah, he wanted to leave music behind him. He wanted to stay home on the farm and just be out of it. He was tired. And I said, well, you can at least still write. And he said, well, it's different out there now. You go out there and try to get songs cut. So I said, well, all right. We had a young girl we'd met down in Florida. Her name was Nancy Moore, and we tried to turn her into a bluegrass singer. And Tom T. said, well, you write an album of songs and we'll put it out. Well, he didn't realize that it would turn into a full-scale record. And it did, and I wrote all the songs for it. He co-wrote a few of them. He couldn't stand it. He kind of, he'd be listening and then had to get involved, you know.
Tom, what year was it, do you recall, when you decided to retire from the business of performing, being out on the road as a country music artist?
I got here in 1964, and I started thinking about retiring in 1965.
Okay. Well, you started thinking about it.
Yeah.
But how long did it take you before you finally made the decision?
No, I don't know. I always, I'm a big sports fan, like Larry Stevenson here. We watch cowboy movies and ESPN, and that's it. Neither one of us has seen the news for 10 years. We don't know. People running around all upset and you say, what's going on? We don't care. Who won that game? But anyway.
You notice how he can talk his way around anything?
No. Anyway, I got out of jail a few times this way, you know. What were we talking about before we got into
He communicates well by mouth and communicates well by pen. That's how he can talk his way and maneuver his way around. You just got it together, whether it's by pen or by voice.
No, Miss Dixie.
I asked you what year you retired from the business, from the country music business.
Grew up loving bluegrass music, and I grew up in a bluegrass band, and even when I was in country music, am I not on the right subject?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Tom T., when did you retire from country music?
Oh, yeah, I see the sports analogy, okay.
That's why he's called the storyteller.
I don't like baseball players who play their career and they have a big career, and then they go to Canada and they play a couple of years, and then they go to Japan and they play 2 or 3 years, and they play till they fall down. My theory is that life, people on the radio can't see this, but life is an arc. It starts here and it goes like this. It doesn't go like that, you know, straight up. And so when I quit selling records, well, I'll tell you how you can tell when you want to retire. You volunteer to do a benefit and they don't want you.
Well, Billy Walker said we have no control when we fall out of this business. Because when you got into this business, you meaning any artist, chances are, and you're starting to have success, you're replacing somebody. You replace somebody. And one day you need to realize, if you're the top banana, that one day you too will be replaced. You're not going to be there forever. And you do need to think about, you know, you have a choice. We have no control oftentimes when we fall out of this business, Billy said. But he said we do have control of how we fall. I never forgot that.
I think it was,
Carl Smith.
yeah. They,
I still ain't found out what year he retired from the business.
No, it was Hank Lachlan. Yeah, Carl Smith was my hero because he retired before I did. But Hank Lachlan was talking to somebody, and he said, you know, I'm not selling any records. This person was talking to Hank Lachlan. Said, I'm not selling any records. I can't get any bookings. My agent won't answer the phone. And Hank Lachlan said, why don't you quit? He said, I can't. I'm a star. So,
Hey, by the way, Tom T., you know Tom Collins is here tonight.
I mentioned him earlier on, and mentioned that he was my agent. And he's the greatest agent I ever had. He doesn't answer the phone. And he gets me a gig every now and then. I'm suspicious he's in on this one, too, you know. I did something. What did I do? I worked the country radio seminar. I went down there and sang 3 songs. And, you know, just me and the guitar. And it was amazing. All these people out there, you know, and radio. And I'm standing there entertaining them, you know. And it was weird. Because
I was going to ask you. I'm sure it was weird because I bet
well,
none of them were...
there were 3 disc jockeys on the front row who would have heard of me, you know. And so I just sang a song for each one of them and left. And
I bet it was weird because
No,
I bet
I got
if you
a great
asked that,
reception.
I
They
bet
were
if you
ready.
asked that bunch, how many of you were playing my records, there wouldn't have been any hands that went up. They might have been playing them in the car,
Well,
but I doubt if they were playing them on the radio.
they love the music, but they can't play it because they can only play 15 records.
That's true.
And there are 30 artists in the business, and how's that math?
Yeah.
No.
That's
no,
true.
you know, I'm not one of these old dudes that says, you know, they're doing everything wrong. I entertain my generation, and this generation can entertain itself in any fashion it pleases. That's my theory.
But you know what?
And
The generation of today has the opportunity to go back and listen to the music that you created music for, which is so important. And as your friend Bill Monroe said, a record is forever, and those records will be
I
forever.
don't like young people because they're young. I don't like rich people because they're rich. And most of these guys that are singing now, they can sing better than we did, and they're better looking. Have you noticed that? Yeah. You look at all these videos, there's no ugly people making records anymore, you know?
Oh, Tom T., we can't all be Taylor Swift. Come on.
Well, and that's another thing. I want to put a stop to these vicious rumors about me and Taylor Swift. Nothing going on there.
It's 15 in front of 9. Tom T. Hall retired from commercial country music a few years back and is passed. I'll leave it to you to find out. When you find out, give me a call and we'll discuss it. All right?
Okay.
We want to thank some great sponsors here on the Eddie Stubbs Show, our monthly Intimate Evening Series program. We could not do this without these people. You've come here tonight free of charge. Remember these people. I can't stress this enough.